you've heard of.
Hello and welcome to Bands You've Never Heard Of, the podcast where I, JR, go find the best bands I can that you've never heard of, and neither has my co-host Gary. I'm going to play the band for Gary, introduce him to the band. He's going to react live, and so are you. Gary, how are you today?
I'm doing great, man. I've been doing physical labor all day, and I am ready to podcast.
So the band I'm going to be featuring today, I found them the normal way, where I start digging in on Spotify, looking at different bands, and then bands that people that listen to those bands, what else do they listen to? And I keep going down and down and down until I get to somebody that doesn't have a lot of plays. And this band caught my eye first with their name. That's the reason I clicked on this band, is because their name made me chuckle. So,
that's a good one because we haven't had that before.
No.
That the name was the number one.
I've been avoiding saying the name of this band in your presence because I want this reaction live. It's not now I'm overhyping it. But are you ready? Are you ready to discover?
I'm ready.
Are you ready to discover the band Banana Gun?
Banana Gun.
Banana Gun. That you are going to
Okay.
meet tonight. You didn't
All right,
chuckle.
So
I was
I
expecting a
have
chuckle.
pictures. No, I don't chuckle at bands, and
You're so much more mature than me.
but it does intrigue me, and yes.
All right, good.
So
I've told you the band's name. You haven't heard them yet. Next, I'm going to read you their bio.
there we go.
Banana Gun shows are an event, not just a few guys strapping on their instruments to wank through a set. Their sound is described as eclectic, indie, funked up, and jazzy. But we all know that jazzy is a catch-all music term for too many music critics use when they don't know how to describe a band that incorporates so many influences. Their sound fits anywhere and is comfortable in a 1,000-plus venue or your neighborhood dive bar. Releasing their eponymous Banana Gun in 2010 and then The Elephant in the Room in 2012, which was voted top 10 digital download of 2012 by Amazon Music editors, Banana Gun then toured the Southwest and California before releasing their album Love Instinct in March of 2014. The 2014 EP I and the Me was recorded and released as part of their 5-year anniversary. Wilco, Dr. Dog, and Banana Gun shared the stage to usher in an explosive fireworks 4th of July party at Salt River Fields in 2015. Continuing on the trend, The Guns' 2017's release of the LP Dance Monkey Down in Faux Town saw singles Wind Up Lonely and Give Me Your Love played to dancing crowds with Saxy International favorites Moonhooch. After an amazing 10 years, solid 2020, Banana Gun released their EP titled Rules, their freshest sound yet, and drew large crowds to their shows around the southwestern U.S. Now, after 4 years of writing and recording, Banana Gun is set to release their newest full-length album, All Those Beautiful Things, in the spring of 2025. Stay tuned. That's their bio as it reads on Spotify. And yes, that album is out now, and we will be listening to songs from it here in a minute. Just for some quick notes, they've got around 1,700 followers, around 1,700 monthly listeners on Spotify, and none of their songs have more than 49,000 plays. That's their big numbers, 49,000. Initial thoughts, Gary?
Yeah, with the initial thoughts are, with all those credentials, I'm like, why are they on bands you've never heard of?
Tell me about it.
I mean, that's some serious resume fodder right there, and especially with all that output and everything, I'm kind of stymied.
Yeah.
So all I can think of is it's the band name that
Is that hurting them a little bit?
I'm not going to say it's not, but one of my favorite bands in the 80s was named Blotto, and they were, I think had, if Blotto was a part of the 2025 music scene, we would probably be doing a thing on them, because I think that's about 49,000 people is about as many people as they ever reached. But with the same kind, that's the band that came to mind when you told me the name of the band was Banana Gun. So I'm kind of stymied, because damn, I mean, they have super street cred. Why have they not blown up yet? At least stepped up, at least stepped up another 2 levels. I'm not saying 1 level, but I'm saying 49. They should at least be at out of our reach, at the million mark. So it kind of baffles me.
I have more information on that provided by the band via email, and we're going to talk to them later. By the way, we'll be interviewing them, and that'll be for the second half of this episode. Banana Gun will be in the room.
That's kind of our deal now, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Sometimes. All right, Gary, you wanted a solid first impression, and I have the perfect Banana Gun song to play you. So let me.
Which era?
The most recent era. I've picked a song.
Ooh, oh yeah.
It's the first song that plays if you just go to Banana Gun on Spotify, and at the top is their top songs. This is the first one. It doesn't have the most plays, but it is a perfect example of who these guys are. The song is called Body Ache. It's off of their most recent album, All Those Beautiful Things. This is Body Ache by Banana Gun. What's your gut reaction to the first song, Body Ache?
I personally really love it, because it's kind of a homage to The Who, which you know that I have a special place in my heart for them, and it's a banger.
I mean, let me take you on a musical journey here. That was a song from their most recent album, and we're going to come back to that. From their original Banana Gun album released in 2010, I'm going to play you a song called Light On.
Well, I've been gone long, but on my way home, so leave a light on for me, honey. Leave a light on for me, honey. Well, I've been long gone, but I'm on my way.
Pretty different sound than the first song I played you. This is Banana Gun in 2010.
They've come a long way. I mean, that kind of threw me for a loop. I think if you had started with that, I was like, oh, okay. Where are they from?
Phoenix, Arizona.
Interesting. I want to hear more.
All right. Next one, I'm going to give you a video. The next song I'm going to play you is called Mirror, Mirror. It's from their 2014 album called Love Instinct, and there's a video to go with this one. Here's the first minute of Mirror, Mirror by Banana Gun.
See more. What do I think I need?
All right, there you go. 1 minute of Mirror, Mirror from Love Instinct in 2014. Any thoughts while I queue up the next song?
I like it.
This next song.
I like it. I like it.
This next song came out in 2017 on their album Dance Monkey Down in Faux Town. And if you're lucky enough to be watching the video for this podcast, which you can be doing on YouTube or Spotify, then you'll get to see clearly this band loves dogs. They've got multiple videos with dogs, and this is one of them. It's called With Love.
Summer has come and gone, and the leaves are turning brown. They're all bound to fall like I fell in love with you. The stars are shining bright, like the moon on this endless night. They're all bound to fall like I fell in love with you. Burning down the road with no place to go. Burning in my soul, and I fell in love with you.
All right, there you go. 1 minute of With Love. Thoughts on that?
Okay, so I'm seeing a trend,
Okay.
and they have very soft and fairly extended intros to all their songs, and according to the Spotify gurus that are out there that are tracking this stuff, that is keeping their listenership down, because supposedly the kids want instant gratification. They want that chorus up front, they want the riff up front, they want everything up front, and these guys are nice. I mean, back in the 70s, that was the deal. You took a couple of minutes to get into the song, and that was so cool because people really dug that. But now that's not the thing, and every one of their songs has this kind of low build up into the song, but no riff or nothing. It's an anticipation thing, which I like because I'm old. But that's not what the kids like. That's not what the algorithm likes.
So that first song I played you, Body Ache, I mean, that starts off with a bang. I mean, I likened it to the beginning of the Beastie Boys song Sabotage, right? I mean, there's some sound effects happening
but there was
at
still
first,
there was
but
there was still like a little bit of a coming into it, and then the song, and then the thing, and then the song. And there was no, the sound effects were cool. Everything was cool. I appreciated it. But the question is, does the algorithm appreciate it?
All right, well, let's keep going. I've got another song. You'll hear the first minute of Born to Lose. This comes off of their 2021 EP entitled Rules. The song is called Born to Lose. And there's a particular line in this song that we're going to talk about here in just a second, right after it happens. That's when I'm going to stop the song. This is Born to Lose by Banana Gun. This is the opening of the video, once again featuring a dog.
Start running away, 'cause I've been riding on my high horse, walking on a tightrope. But what I die for if I die today? And if you hear me humming, I won't stop at nothing just to give you something ain't never gonna change. And I've been hiding from my remorse, lying just to get more of what I die for if I die today. Won't you just lie with me, baby? Come on, get high with me, baby. Another one do.
All right, I let it go for a little longer than a minute because I wanted you to hear the chorus, or at least most of it. But that's Born to Lose. And now that you've told me that, I'm picking up on the longer intro, building up to it. And I obviously, I do not care. That's not a detriment or a negative to me. But maybe that's because I'm also old. But
right, yeah, we're both old. We were both brought up in that. You know, let's build up into this thing. You know, we want that anticipation. Getting in, we were over a minute getting to the meat, the hook.
True. The thing that I love, which he repeats many times, is what would I die for if I died today? And that line just gets me thinking. It's deep. I think this song and this EP came out in 2021, so we're a year or so into the pandemic at this point. I'm wondering if it's inspired by that. Is that why they're all separate in the clips of each musician in this video? So a kind of a pandemic-inspired song, but inspired, I think, is the key word.
Yeah, I mean that makes all the sense in the world. But the ugly part is that goes on. That question will forever be above our heads until things straighten out.
All right, the second to last song I'm going to play you is called Get It. And I think this is Sexy Banana Gun.
Ooh, Sexy Banana Gun.
Stop this, baby. Yeah, we're well on our way. Ain't never gonna top this, girl. You know we came here to play. Ooh, well, I came here to get it. Yeah, I came here to get it. Well, I came here to get it done. Well, everything that I give it.
All right, that's Get It from the same EP from 2021, Rules, and I think that's their sexiest song. Would you agree?
Oh, 100%. Yes, absolutely. It's slinky. And they didn't have the long extended intro.
No, it just came right in with the bass groove.
Yeah. And that was so what's that ranking of that one versus the other songs as far as the algorithm goes?
Great question. Get It has been listened to. It's their third most listened to song at 16,777 plays on Spotify. Born to Lose, 18,840. That's their number 2 song. And Mirror Mirror, which I played you earlier, almost hitting 50 grand.
Sweet. I think that's a perfect example of you get into the groove, you get into you get your riffs or the signature hook early on, and you grab people's attention. Now that's completely the opposite from when I started playing music. I mean, it's just so it's such a foreign concept to me, but it's playing out on a daily basis now.
All right, we're going to finish up the musical journey through Banana Gun with a song off of their newest album that I think is the most complete Banana Gun song. I really think it epitomizes everything you're going to get if you go to a Banana Gun show. Clearly, they've shown they can do softer, lovelier songs. They can get funky and sexy. They can rock pretty hard. And I think this song is kind of all of it. in one, and it does not rank at all as far as their top songs go. It doesn't even list a number of plays. So it's probably less than 1,000. But keep in mind, this is not the single, and it's on their most recent album that has only been out a few months. So I predict it's going to be one of their bigger songs, and it's probably one you're going to love if you see them live. This is called Waves, and I'm going to play the entire 6-minute song for you because it is worth it. Here we go.
Wish you luck, go break a leg. They say that all the world's a stage. All the part that you were born to play. Just plant your feet and bend your knees. Now stand up straight, you need to breathe. Try and clear your head.
let it go all the way to the end because I know how you like the feedback at the end of a song.
Yeah, you know how to hook me.
All
You
right.
ain't no fool.
That's Waves by Banana Gun off of their 2025 album, All Those Beautiful Things. And that's the culmination of my research. I had that song cranked top volume driving home from work today, and it just fires me up. What did it do to you?
Well, I kind of lost myself because I was just into it. I mean, that is what I like. I mean, period. You kind of nailed it. You kind of nailed it with that song because it's got a little blues influence, but not too much, and it is just it's slinky, but not too slinky. It's perfect for me. I mean,
Awesome.
You kind of hooked me in on that one for sure. But I'm hearing, it's like, damn, Michael Madsen just died. But it
Yeah.
would be a perfect, it'd be a perfect Quentin Tarantino song. I mean, goddamn, would that be a perfect Quentin Tarantino song with Michael Madsen walking into, some, half-empty bar kind of thing. That's where it took me. It's immediately where it took me.
All right, let's finish this up by getting to know the band themselves. Here's their general bio and timeline of the band. The band is currently made up, this is all from one of the guys via email. So it's Ian Breslin on drums, Ross Troost on bass, Kevin Lloyd on lead vocals and guitar and banjo, Nick DeHaan on guitar, cello, and backing vocals, Travis Engler on the keys, backing vocals, and production. He's the guy who sent me this email. Former members include Kyle Wu, who does sax and vocals. She's a female, in case that wasn't obvious by her name. You saw her in one of the videos. And Kevin Winscombe has played keys and violin on the Rules EP.
The lead singer is also the banjo player. And yet there's no banjo in the new.
There might be some. I can't tell you
Just
every
buried.
song on the new album by heart yet, but there was definitely banjo on the first song I played you, or the first song that we played you from their first album.
The first album,
But yeah, not
but it's
you
like-
don't hear a lot of banjo
but,
on the rest of their catalog. No.
No, you do not. I mean, was that a an effort from the rest of the band, or I mean, inquiring minds want to know.
The poor banjo. All right, let me show you a little bit of their socials, see what they're putting out there in the world.
Yeah, let's hit them up for the rankings.
We'll start with bananagunband.com. They do have a nice website. Right now, you can definitely order stuff from them. I actually just did that earlier this evening. I've got a shirt on its way. I'm hoping it gets here by the time we interview the guys. You can order their new album on vinyl. You've got videos, links over to their YouTube, a whole bunch of videos on them. There's an About page with basically the same bio I read you from Spotify. Pictures. They've clearly done some really nice live shows with big audiences. You can book them from there. You can listen to some of their songs there. And of course, you can contact them there, which is what I did. Let's take you over to their Instagram next. Their Instagram and their Facebook both feature basically the same stuff. And this right here is an announcement that they had to cancel a show because the drummer is having some sort of back or neck surgery, but they'll be back on August 15th. But they do have a sense of humor, and they do post not like an everyday type of thing, but they've got a pretty good Instagram and Facebook presence. Couldn't find anything on TikTok, so that's kind of it for their web presence. And obviously everything they put out is on Spotify, so it's pretty easy to find Banana Gun. There is a Banana Gun official webpage or a YouTube channel that is not these guys. Theirs is Banana Gun Band. So that's how you find this particular band on the socials. I think it's time. I think it's time to start rating things. And since we just visited their socials and their web presence, let's start there.
All right, so I'm going to give them an A+ on the website. That seems very few of the bands we've done yet even had a website. And once again, as a website designer, I'm very pro website, and I'm like, let's have as much stuff on there as possible. Let's get people involved, get people engaged, and it looks like they have all that going for them, 100%.
Excellent. I would agree. And they're doing fine on the socials. They they put out good stuff, but it doesn't seem to be like, I don't think they're not taking the same approach that, say, Cowboy Destroy was, where they're really going after it, right? It's just there because you kind of have to be there. So it's fine. Rate the bio. It's been a minute since I read you the bio, but what do you think about their bio?
No, the bio was really, really good. I would put it at an 8 because it had the pizzazz, but the entire thing wasn't, it wasn't 3 for Silver. I mean, that's kind of our that's our landmark of what a good bio, what the best bio is. And so, I mean, I think an 8 is a really good score for them.
That's exactly what I gave them, an 8 out of 10 on their bio.
Oh, sweet.
Solid, enticing, fact-filled, but not too much. Also not really a standout bio.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the videos, because this band has some videos, and I gave them an 8 out of 10 on this because some of the videos really, really good. Some could use a professional touch, so it's not quite a 10 out of 10. They have a video on YouTube that we're not going to dive into, and it's pretty cool. I watched the entire 35-minute documentary of the making of Dance Monkey down in Fotown, which is not the current band lineup. The sax player's not there, the different producer, different engineer, but it does give you a pretty good glimpse into who these guys are. You get interviews and, shots of them actually recording and stuff. So I think they've got a really good YouTube presence with some fun videos. I give them a 8 out of 10 overall.
I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10 on the videos. They were okay. I like that. I like just the image after image after image thing. But at some point, I would like a story. It's like their songs have stories, and not every song, not every video can be just of them playing music. Sorry, that's just the way it is. They need to tell that story sometimes, and they didn't. Still 7 out of 10. I think it's good because every the ones that you played for me, I think were quite good. But I want more.
All right,
Definitely
last but not least, let's rate the name, Banana Gun. I find it catchy, fun to say, and causes me to giggle every time. And it's the reason I clicked on them and started listening to their music to begin with. So I think the name works. Is it perfect? No. Is it perfect for search engine optimization? Maybe not. Is it the right name for this band? I think it is.
It's a 50-50 for me. They're not. Banana Gun gives me the same, like I brought up early on. It gives me the same thing as the band I followed in the early 80s called Blotto. They were, they were a joke. That was their whole thing. Their entire presence was a joke. And every song that they did was a joke.
This band is not that, though. The name is catchy.
This band is not that at all. And the name does not. I do not think the name of the band fits the music.
Well, we're allowed to disagree on this show, and that's what's happening right now, because I'm digging it. I've been thinking Banana Gun for a month now, and here it is.
I mean, do I dig the name? Yes. It's a fun, silly name, but they do not make silly music.
We're gonna have to ask them the origin,
kind of in-depth music. So I'm coming down on them next week, man.
I would definitely want to know, how do they rectify the fact that they're not a silly, funny band despite their name? I'm down for that. All right, so that's what Gary thinks. That's what I think of the band Banana Gun. And after a short break, we will be back with the band. I don't know who all from the band is going to show up, but they have committed to being here so that we can interview them and ask them all of our pressing questions.
Hopefully all of the original cast and characters and all of the new cast and characters will be there.
We would love to know what you think so far of Banana Gun, so please feel free to comment on this video if you're watching on YouTube or Spotify. Send us an email, bindhopod@gmail.com is our email address. All right, Gary, we'll be right back with Banana Gun. Welcome to the second half of this episode of Bands You've Never Heard Of. If you're still listening, then you are very familiar with the music of Banana Gun because you've listened to me introduce Gary to as many songs as I could fit in a pretty short amount of time. And now it is time to talk to the actual band. We have everybody from Banana Gun here live in a virtual meeting. Could you guys go around the room and introduce yourselves real quick, please?
Sure. I'm Kevin. I sing and play guitar.
My name is Nick. I play guitar.
My name is Ian, and I play the drums.
Travis, keyboards and mixing production.
Nailed it.
Right on. Thank you guys so much for taking some time out of your schedule to join us to entertain our idea that you fit the mold for this podcast, Bands You've Never Heard Of. Were you offended when you were reached out to by a podcast called Bands You've Never Heard Of, or did that make sense to you?
No, we get it.
Yeah. At least it's not bands you've never heard of and the reason why.
No, it's thank you for saying that. It's quite the opposite, because we are looking to find bands that, for whatever reason, don't have a huge following, and then we want to expose that band to the world, maybe even try to figure out why they don't have a big following, and most importantly, just really talk them up, and to be hopefully a part of the story of you guys becoming a more well-known band. I take it you are more well-known, though, in the Southwest than you are. We're in Virginia, so that's why we've never heard of you. Everything I've read about you guys haven't done a national tour, at least not as Banana Gun, right? So there's a reason we haven't heard of you. But have most of the people in Arizona and the Southwest, have they heard of you?
Not enough, I think, right? Yeah. Some.
A lot of people in the Phoenix area and around here I'll meet people all the time and tell them I play in Banana Gun and get a lot of, I've heard you guys, I've seen you guys. So we're out there locally.
So what is the music scene like there in Phoenix?
It's like very eclectic. I think there's tons of great bands and like a bunch of different genres. Yeah, it's there's a little bit of everything around here, right?
Yeah, I mean the 90s were the heyday for Phoenix. It's specifically more Tempe, Arizona. Bands like Gin Blossoms were the big breakout, and there was tons.
Meat Puppets, I think. Right?
Yeah, Meat Puppets, and there was tons of big venues, and it was a whole different story then. It's evolved now. Downtown Phoenix has kind of taken over. There's some good places to play. At least at our shows, the crowd seems to be getting a lot older. I don't know if that's just us. Seems like the kids are playing the house parties and stuff these days. So I'm not sure where the 20-year-old bands are playing.
The four of them that exist.
Yeah.
They just don't seem to be. They don't seem to be repopulating like in the old days. We've noticed that the audiences tend to be getting older, even at the younger bands on the East Coast. The audience is still the same age. I mean, it's all late millennials, Gen X, and young boomers are the audience, the people that want to hear live music.
We've been doing some shows up in Flagstaff for the NAU graduations, and those are fun. We get a younger crowd coming out for those. So I was like, ooh, look, 20-year-olds.
Yeah.
Is it
How did the college
to see a live band now?
You know what's weird about college kids and playing in front of them is that I feel like they think that we're kind of a novelty because they don't go out and see bands regularly, especially bands like us that aren't, complemented by a synthesizer or a DAT track or whatever behind the scenes.
Right. Yeah.
So whenever they come and hear us, they're like, holy shit, that's loud. I'm like, good, number one. Number two, yeah, bang your head, man. I mean, this is kind of what you're here for. Have a good time with it. It's fun.
Do they think you're a novelty because of the name, in addition to the fact that they're surprised by real instruments?
Maybe it could be.
It's probably done us no favors. I'm sure. But we're
Yeah,
still-
that was the top on my list was the elephant in the room until I saw the real elephant in the room, which is that that Corvette behind you.
Oh yeah,
That's our Corvette.
Wow.
1960.
Our Corvette.
That's how we get to every show.
Yeah.
Well, that takes a few trips.
yeah. Right.
We just Beverly Hillbilly that shit.
Another
Yeah, Gary-
reference, very current.
Yeah.
Gary and I spoke at length in the earlier part of the show about your name. I think it's, I love it. I think it's an attention-getting sort of name. It makes me giggle, and I've got a very immature sense of humor, so it's right up my alley. And
Yeah, it works for
but
you then.
Exactly, but it doesn't necessarily convey what I'm gonna hear because you guys fucking rock.
Yeah, that was
and-
my biggest issue with it. Was I was expecting more lighthearted, lilty tunes from a band named Banana Gun, and it's serious music, and I think because as much as we want to build you up, we also feel that we need to give you real life critique of certain things that might help. And that is a problem. So we're a 50-50. He loves it. I'm really not there with it because I don't hate it because it is catchy. It still has it's got 25% of my scorecard lit because it does make you go what, and
I
we'll
think
probably
we feel the same.
Yeah, I think so. I think most people are that. Yeah.
We were getting close to playing our first show, and it was this thing like, what are we going to call ourselves? What are we going to call ourselves? And we had nothing. And one of Nick's good friends, a friend of our band, I think jokingly just said, how about Banana Gun? And we're like, never. And then it was time to put the name on the frickin' flyer. And it was Banana Gun.
We couldn't come up with anything better. We probably had.
I know White Snake was taken.
No, I thought we had Viking Funeral as one.
Viking
As an
Funeral.
opportunity. Yeah.
So it could have been worse. Yeah.
But we also had a banjo in the mix, and we had all come from really heavy rock bands, and we were wanting to do something different, a little bit less heavy, I guess, heavy rock. And so we started out kind of that way, but our inclinations took us back into rock and roll. But so when we were first getting started, I think Banana Gun we thought was going to be playful enough to match kind of the unseriousness that we had coming into it from being in ultra serious bands before. So, but here we are, playing rock and roll, earnest rock and roll music.
It does work for us in the Southwest and in Arizona. I mean, there is quite a bit of name recognition for the band because it's kind of silly.
And we've eaten a lot of bananas because of it. Because people bring bananas to shows and have fun with it. So
you have good supply of potassium for the next day. That's
I
good.
certainly do.
It's fun for stage props, and we've had big banana balloons launch from stage, and we've
People in
thrown
banana
bananas into
costumes,
the crowd.
Didn't we have a custom beer too made out of bull? That was a banana clove and something.
Yeah, that was.
But
yeah, we agree. It's a stupid name, but
we're really hoping that would take off down under.
There you go.
yeah. Yeah, we actually, as far as much of a stupid name it is, and we thought nobody would ever want a name like that, there is apparently another band who tried to take that name. So
Really?
who knew that was coming? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we just had a big copyright battle with them, but luckily we had it first and actually copyrighted the name, so they are now Banana Gun
Yeah, we had to fight. for it.
AU. Yes, yeah. So
Good for you. That's awesome.
Yeah, fuck those guys.
I took Gary through a musical journey from your first album to your most recent album, and there's quite a difference. We noticed a serious lack of banjo on the later stuff, and it rocks a lot harder. So, and you've kind of already alluded to it a little bit, kind of wanting to get back into rock and roll, but can you talk a little bit more about that journey from the sound from original Banana Gun to modern day Banana Gun?
Yeah, well, I think it all still fits. It's all still us. I think when we started, like they were saying, we wanted to do something different, something out of our comfort zone. I think that actually persists every time we go into write new material or whatever. It's you never really know what it's going to be. If a song works this way, that's the way it works, but as far as at the beginning, yeah, we were just throwing everything we had at it to see what would stick, and just try something new.
Well, Kevin was in a band that was super heavier than even our previous band.
Mm-hmm.
And loved their band at shows. We played with them as much as we could. And Kevin would sometimes throw out some like super jazzy funk stuff. And I think we were all really curious to be able to explore that. And the band we were in before didn't really have that kind of leaning. So when we split up and they dissolved and we were like, let's do that specifically. Let's be kind of more funk forward, more like we had 8 people in the band at one point with like horn section and auxiliary percussion. And I think we realized that was kind of like, cool, we did that. But we're all really, I think we need, 4 on the floor and the driving kind of rock and roll.
Yeah, also we had that thing, like there was a write-up, I think in the Phoenix New Times about us, and they called us like a great band to listen to on your front porch or something.
Oh, yeah.
And at that point, we were like, things are going to change now. You're not really getting what we're trying to do.
Yeah. So the next thing we did, we were like, let's change it
Well,
up.
on the front porch,
Yeah.
that's where the rocking chairs are for your older audience.
Right. So we needed that. So we can live with that.
Yeah,
Good
as I
question,
was
though.
listening to, thank you. I wrote down some thoughts I had on some different songs where I was detecting either some influences or something. But there's times when I thought you guys, I felt some Led Zeppelin going on in there, especially at the beginning of Body Ache when you start singing. Screen Time, that one kind of brings about like Aerosmith almost.
Aerosmith.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
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 And then Get It. I'm hearing like Lenny Kravitz. And then when you guys start really rocking, it's almost heavy metal rock and roll, like a Metallica kind of a groove.
Yeah.
And it speaks to me. I've not simply been listening to it to prepare for this show. I seriously just put it on to have in the background all day at work, at home, driving home today. I mean, I'm just jamming to it. You guys rock. But are those influences?
That's so nice of you to say that.
So are those influences on the money? Are you feeling the same thing? And if what other artists would you credit as influences for you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We listen to those bands, we listen to that music, and I think that you definitely would hear that influence in a lot of those songs.
Mm-hmm. And specifically on the album Dance Monkey Down in Fotown, part of the concept of it was to be each song kind of was influenced by a certain genre or a certain artist, and we kind of did it more on the nose than we normally would, just to kind of pay homage to people that influenced us. But yeah, definitely, we all listen to a wide variety of things, and and those those are right on the money. Yeah.
Yeah, one of the cool things when the band started, and it kind of still happens today, is, you know, in the group threads and when we hang out, we're always sharing music with each other, you know, what we're into, what we're listening to right now. So
Yeah.
there's definitely certain artists and certain albums that like we were all really jamming on when we were working on our records.
How do you find
Definitely.
new artists to listen to?
It's a really good question.
My bandmates.
Yeah. The guys will introduce me to a lot of stuff. Social media too. I mean, you get fed stuff through your algorithm all the time.
Yeah, I think Nick finds more of the newer stuff, and then I don't know, maybe
Yeah. Well, I do the CD program, which is 1 cent
there
per
is a
CD.
right answer to
Oh,
this.
dude.
question. By the just so you know, there is a right answer to this question. There's a correct.
Well,
right.
I
And
listen to a
only one
podcast. It's
correct.
called. Sorry to interrupt.
Sorry, there's that softball.
Yes, that one again, but we got it this time. So.
Yeah.
You want to recut that one?
It is what it is at this point, guys.
But that's an interesting question to just ask your friends generally. Like, what are you listening to now, and how did you find out about it? Like, what's new? I don't know. That's interesting. I wonder where people get a lot of their music from. Probably fed through the algorithm like Spotify or Apple Music or Tidal. I mean,
Some saw stuff on Instagram or TikTok and Sirius and
The soundtrack
Spotify.
to the bear.
Yeah.
oh, that's cool. Yeah,
Soundtrack on that
Yes.
show.
soundtrack.
Yeah,
with Bears is
I've
awesome.
gotten some really good algo slots on TikTok of bands that are just going for broke. I mean, they're spending big bucks to get that, get their thing on in front of everybody. And
Yeah.
there's been some really good ones. There's been some very mediocre ones, but I think by and large, I mean, that's definitely helping. But none of them are going the toil direct, bloody knuckles route. They got somebody that's feeding some money into it. So
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I
it's
guess
tough.
you got to nowadays. Yeah.
Yeah, and if I think that's people's goal with their music, good for them. Like I think at one time in our life we were really, Ian and I have been in bands, and same with Ross, like been in bands for a while and left our hometown to go and play music everywhere we could around the country. And, we're older now and, we still enjoy this, and we're super lucky to be in a band together and still write music together. So I think we're getting out of it what we put into it. If we put in more, especially more cash, I'm sure we get a lot more out of it too.
Yeah. 16 years now.
16 years?
See, one thing that I wanted to kind of backtrack real quick. I've been trying to get a word in edgewise, but sometimes you just can't do that. You had mentioned an article in one of the Phoenix papers. Do y'all feel that the media there is supportive of the scene in general, and you guys in particular, or any of the subgenres? Does any one of them, the subgenres, get a little more coverage than the others, or how does the media treat? How are they treating y'all?
Yeah, we've been able to get some attention from like New Times and there's AZ Central, but our media is so non-localized these days. I don't know how much that really helps anymore. We recently did make the list of top 100 songs recorded in Phoenix. We just broke in at number 98. We were
Hey.
In there.
ahead of the Rolling Stones. So that was a big one.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah.
98 is way better than 102. So because now your name's in print again. So
Yeah.
I think like the like local scene rags kind of have diminished.
Yeah.
It was this interesting time when we were coming up. There was kind of a resurgence in the music scene here, and there was a lot of writing going on about the bands,
Yeah.
and it was really supportive. What kind of happens after that is, writers and rags want to start to make a name for themselves and be critical of that shitty venue that, you know, had 300 people in it last night because the PA wasn't just right or some stuff like that. So they're always kind of the enemy. But
They forget why they're there. They forget
yeah,
the
it happens
purpose.
over time. Phoenix went through that a little bit. The writers wanted to write more about what their thoughts and feelings were on the outlier issues of a music scene rather than, you know, the bands themselves. But things have changed so much. Back when we were much younger, there was a lot of positive support for all of the bands in the Phoenix area.
How much would you say that COVID played a part in kind of cracking the shell open a little bit to let some of the positive stuff leak out?
I mean, that definitely killed the forward motion, at least for us, because I know we had just finished an album and we're getting ready to go hit the shows and everything. But I think all around that definitely did not help.
Yeah, we basically, well, we didn't totally shelve it, right?
No, well, we did a music video quarantine in our homes.
The quarantine video.
And we put it all together. Yeah. So we did like some live stream shows to kind of do something to get people through it. So, but that was a interesting time.
I saw that video.
Yeah,
That was
I don't-
cool. I kind of figured that was a pandemic video.
Yeah.
Was that around the same time as well as the documentary you did recording? Was it Dan's Monkey down in Fotown? I think.
That would have been
No, it was the Rules EP that the Born to Lose video, the pandemic video was cut to. The documentary was the previous record for Dance Monkey Down in Fotown.
That was a
about
cool
that.
documentary. Are you guys going to do another one for the new?
Yeah. We
Tried.
Yeah. I think we're excited about getting back to work, so we might try to put something together for the next thing we work on. We're invigorated again. So.
yeah. The newest album, All Those Beautiful Things, that was like a culmination of 3 years of pandemic writing because we kind of hunkered down. And I mean, what's on that record are probably 10 that survived.
Yeah, we kind of
8 that survived.
wrote and
A lot.
recorded and then scrapped and then started over again. Yeah.
So I think COVID really made everyone, one, change their media consumption habits to being like, I don't really want to go out anymore, so I'm just going to be on my phone and watch music. And then two, it also made people more comfortable, I think, with taking their time. Maybe for us to take their time to, like, we don't need to rush on anything and get it out because the world's ending anyway. So, but
I don't know how well this is in the shot behind us, but this is our studio rehearsal spot, and we just recently moved into this, and we're gonna record a record here. And we're hoping that we do a little more with, visual footage, and maybe that turns into a documentary. But at least there'll be some cool things to look at as we record the next one.
if you guys haven't noticed, we've got really great personalities and people want to hear us talk.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
I watched every minute of the last one, and I'll watch another one.
Oh, cool.
Because it was neat. It was a nice way to see not just behind the scenes of a recording of an album, but the vibe you guys have with each other. It seems like I'm combining this with the thought of your email, Travis, showed me who's in the band as well as former members, and there's only 2 listed as former members. That, for a band that's been around as long as you guys have, that does not seem like a lot of personnel turnover. Because I mean, we've interviewed bands just in the last few weeks that have had significantly more turnover than that in a much shorter amount of time. So I figured there has to be good vibes, and you can get a feeling for that in that documentary. You guys seem to really enjoy what you're doing and doing it together.
Yeah, I think that's believe Ian always says if you're gonna play in a band, you should play with your friends because otherwise it's gonna be a shit experience. So yeah, we're all very close and friendly for the most part.
Yeah. I know it's probably why you never heard of us before. Like, we're not in this to like get somewhere as fast as possible. When one of us has a life thing going on that, we can't go do a tour. This has happened. We've been wanting to do a tour. Someone's got a kid coming, or we've got this going on. Like, we just take our time with each other, because what you get on the records, and hopefully this is why you kind of like it, is you get to hear our friendship and camaraderie, and the fact that we've known each other since high school and have grown up, been through a lot of shit together, and you're hearing it come out in our songs. And that's what I think we wanted always to walk away with at the end of the day when we're in a band together. All the other stuff is awesome on top of that, but yeah, my 2 cents.
Ian, I meant to start the show by asking, how are you doing? It seems like I saw a notice you guys had to cancel the show because of a medical thing.
Damn it.
You look okay. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I feel great. I had a little bit of skin cancer removed from the side of my neck, and it's fine. Everything's clear. But the way that they stitched it, and it was pretty close to the show. It was really tight to go in either direction with my neck at that time, and they wanted like 3 weeks for the inside stitches to heal. So I was good. I felt good. I just really couldn't. The way that I play, and the way I was feeling, I wasn't going to be able to drum that night, unfortunately. And
Ian does a lot of stick twirling.
I think that might have been the only show in 16 years that we've ever canceled. Is that right?
I can't do my zero gravity 360.
Yeah, totally.
I'm not playing that show.
Tommy Lee shit is getting crazy.
No, but we've got one coming up in August, and looking forward to being back on stage. It's something I think that we're all missing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that leads right back to right into what I was going to ask about. How many shows do y'all do a year? Do you do one a month, one a quarter, or do you do it in little packets, or do they just get spread?
Well, in
Yeah.
Arizona, you try to avoid summer.
Yeah.
So we condense everything into the fall and spring if we can.
That's their busy season.
So we've always got a lot of invites for like festivals around town or festivals up north and stuff. But we're really picky and choosy about what we want to do. So we probably play once every 2 months, I would say on average. Yeah. But we'll do more than that sometimes. Play 3 times in a month or 4 times in a month. But we've been in the area for over 16 years now, so we try to space out our gigs so that we have draw.
Yeah. When we started, we hit it a little harder, but now it's a little more picky.
What's the plan to support the new album? Do you guys envision yourselves going on a bigger tour across other parts of the country?
We're all interested in maybe doing something along the West Coast, hitting some California dates, but also we've got babies and stuff coming, and life right now is more geared towards I think playing a handful of kick-ass shows in Arizona and starting to tune into our creative side, write more music, record it. We really enjoy that. So I don't know. That's a good question. We don't totally have that figured out yet.
Yeah, it's not out of the realm of possibility, but right now it's keeping it a little closer is easier.
So we've got, August 16th?
15th.
Yeah.
At Crescent Ballroom, which is one of the best venues in town. So if you want to catch us, that's the place to do it.
Yeah.
Plus, if you go on a national tour, who's going to watch all your dogs?
Very true.
Actually, we borrowed those dogs.
Yes. There was a rumor going around that we rented dogs for that video, which I thought was insane.
Go to the rented
Whoever
dog
wrote that
place.
article.
Yeah. I did not know that. Was
Why
possible.
would you have to rent a dog? They're so easy to steal. You just
Yeah.
let go.
Or just,
How many does
hey,
Ross
buddy, I
in
have
his
a treat.
basement right now?
Yeah, right.
I forgot about Ross. Ross is here. Sorry, Ross.
Unless you have anything to add?
I was literally about to say,
Ross?
Ross, what would you like to add to this? Come on, buddy.
Ross is not only a bass player.
He is
Yeah.
froze up like
Dog wrangler.
Really?
Oh shoot.
Sorry, what?
Oh, yeah.
Ross is our bitch ass bass player. And
He forgot.
he's also our booking manager.
Yeah.
And he's our accountant. He's our business manager. Ross runs the show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Ross on the business side, Travis on all of the production and audio side. They really are the dudes that keep
Keep us
us
going.
going.
Yeah.
And they do an excellent job. But yeah, since Ross has frozen his shit,
Oh, that's too bad, Ross.
So let's dive into the new album a little bit. I played Gary a bunch of songs, several from the new album, and it culminated in what I consider to be like the epitome of what you guys are today, like modern day Banana Gun. All these songs are great. I've got them on repeat. Body Ache is the first song that plays on Spotify, right? It's #1 song there. It's not the most played though. But the song that I played in its entirety for Gary and for our audience is Waves. And that seems like a shit ton of fun to play. And so I'd love to hear more about that song. And then the follow-up to that is what songs, and maybe this could be answered individually by each of you, what songs do you most look forward to playing at a live gig?
So Waves is actually the opening track on that.
The album, yeah.
And it was probably maybe the last song that we were actually able to figure out what the hell we were doing on it. You know, we had some riffs and some melodies, and Ian wanted to add some electronic drum elements, and we just kind of pieced it together from there. And we have actually managed to play it live a couple times.
yeah,
That one and the second track,
Body Ache.
Body Ache, or those kick our butts playing live, but they're a lot of fun to play.
Yeah, I think we, for the first track, like having an overture kind of start the record was always kind of a fun idea. And because that is in E, I tell you what, if you're a guitar player, when you slam on your freaking gain pedal, and you slam down on an E chord,
Count on it.
wow,
Yeah.
that's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
So,
but something atmospheric and like huge to kick off the album, to
I think
let them know that we're there. Yeah.
I think the ending actually came about as a jam because we got done playing the first slower part of it, and then someone started off in this other riff that kind of plays on the modal G sharp, and I think it's quintessential Banana Gun. We do a lot of that where we'll play a song and then we'll just continue it with a different kind of riff at the end of it, just because we're having fun, and it turned into something really kind of cool. Then leads into Body Ache, the same kind of like ramped up vibe. So it's cool.
And we did a ton of guitar layers on that, some drop D, and I don't know, there's probably about 6 or 8 distorted guitars going during the big riffs and the outro and all. So it was fun to put together.
Yeah, that last the outro kind of has this like cool My Morning Jacket meets Tool thing going on, and it's a blast to play live. It's a blast to play.
Yeah. And then as far as songs playing live, I don't know,
Like specifically off that record, or just out of our catalog, as far as songs that we play
any song.
live. Okay, cool.
oh, well, there's one we tend to close the show out with it, called Punk Funk. That is always fun because we over the years we played it so much. Now we have sections where we improvise a lot, and then the end it like crescendos and speeds up, and each time I wait to see how fast Ian is going to make it go by the end. So that one's always a lot of fun to play live.
Yeah, punk funk. Born to Lose is a set staple, but I think we've always had a lot of fun playing Mirror Mirror live, and it seems to be one of the big crowd favorites over the years. And then Travis has this really sick like funk keyboard line on it now that wasn't there before. And what's cool too is that in Kevin kind of touched on it. Over the years, a lot of songs have, sound a little different live, from the recordings.
Yeah.
There's a lot of improvising that's going on and different little parts that we've written or changed up, and it's always fun to get into that. You never quite know where it's going to go, which is cool.
Yeah, I almost get the feeling that you guys could be a jam band if you wanted to be, but you rock too hard to be like jam bandy, right? Like
I know.
We definitely do some extended jam stuff at shows and look for opportunities to do that because it's easier to extend a song than throw in a whole nother one when we're trying to get ready for a 2-hour set or something. But yeah, I wouldn't quite call us a jam. We're a band that jams.
There you
Yeah,
go.
and to your point, like I think the jam band community wanted us to join their little club for a while, and then they decided the same thing.
Yeah.
we rocked a little too.
That's probably another reason why you've never heard of us before, because we've been invited to play these shows and we show up and we're like, I think you booked the wrong band. And then, yeah, no.
Yeah, you definitely
Some-
had some impressive bills that you were on, that you've been on
Yeah.
throughout, and because that's
Yeah.
we've had several bands that have had these really impressive bills, and like, well, what happened after that? They're like, well, we just went back to total obscurity. Did those
Yeah,
did those
totally.
boost you up at
What
all?
happens, wow.
Did no one even pay attention or what?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah. I mean, yeah. Yeah.
It's a
You-
tough business, man.
Yeah, it's very tough. You enjoy the highlights, and it's going to be a little times, but in the end, you just do it because kind of have to. It's just in you. So
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. Like we had $1 for every time somebody sat us down after a show and said,
Yeah.
we're gonna take you places."
Yeah.
we wouldn't.
or do you know how to play Enter Sandman?
but usually it's, people just want to make money off of you.
So you guys opened for Wilco. I wasn't in the band at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Was there anyone there?
No, that was Danny Zalesko, right?
yeah, and he's been good.
He's
to us
been
over
a
the
good
years.
Yeah. It just
That was a good one. I'm huge. I think we're all huge Wilco fans. So that, and Dr. Dog as well. They were on that bill. So that was a good day. But that was like 4th of July, super hot. So it was
At the baseball stadium.
at the baseball stadium. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
yeah, we were melting.
yeah.
We also played at
Mole.
Comic-Con once.
Yeah.
Same situation. We were standing on stage at Comic-Con playing in front of 20 people,
Yeah.
and Kevin's shoes were melting.
Yeah, I actually had the bottles I was pouring on my feet instead of drinking it.
Our sax player got heat stroke. And I was hiding behind the shadow of a pillar.
So that's good times in Arizona right there.
What you do for art, you guys.
Hey, look, it's Ross. He's back. He's been hanging out. Hasn't gotten to say
Hey,
a
Ross.
word yet. You've heard a lot of our conversations so far, Ross. I'd love to hear your thoughts on anything and everything we've talked about so far.
So are we then done or no?
Well, can you hear me now? Yeah.
Yeah, we were a little bit, Ross.
I'm the one guy that doesn't have a dog. Everybody else has dogs
Right, yeah.
except me.
Tell them why they won't let you have a dog.
That's what you're adding.
They're all over my ass right now about it. So
And that's all we
Yeah.
got.
Notice how deftly he
Oh.
bypassed the dog question.
Exactly. What are you hiding,
the
Ross?
list has been great. There's been a couple. But unfortunately, we've lost a lot of venues in town.
There you go. We hear you now, Ross. No, we can hear you.
Yeah,
It's dropping out a bit.
So weird. That's so weird. I got great signal here, so that's just weird.
According to this
yeah,
software,
no,
it
I was
says
just
it
talking about-
records everything, even if the connections are funky. So I might get to
Okay.
hear
Cool.
it when I go to edit this in post. So maybe we'll have
All
the
right.
answer to that
You're gonna
question.
be
Maybe we
amazed
won't.
how intelligent I am then. You'll be amazed how intelligent I am then.
So you
But
can
yeah, I'll
edit
let you
him
guys keep
completely
talking.
out.
Yeah.
Right?
I think they were surprised you spoke English. Just kidding.
Is that what you heard?
No, for some reason, when they were talking about Ross and the dogs, to me, he looks like a dog owner that would have like a pack, you know,
Oh,
primarily beagles. I think you look like a beagle
Oh,
owner.
this is
hell
great.
no.
This is a great observation.
Yeah. Very
Yeah.
beagle
I am.
beagle
Like
vibe.
a whole set of beagles.
Oh, he's back. He's back.
yeah, no way, no beagles, man.
No, he's offended.
Least
Okay.
favorite dog. One of them.
What if these guys are like beagle breeders, Ross? Just to find it out.
Yeah, man. You read their bio, right?
You guys, this is a ton of fun. I feel like I've come to the end of my list of questions, but I
Well,
feel
I
like
didn't get to
there's
tell you what my
probably
favorite song to
stuff
play is. That's just kidding. Sorry.
No, sorry. You go. Sorry.
Sorry.
I feel like
Yeah,
there's
we've had
probably
fun.
stuff that you wished we asked you, but we haven't asked you yet. Like, is there anything you want to tell us that we haven't asked you about yet?
I don't know. Yeah, I just want to say, yeah, I love what you guys are doing. The concept, it's great.
Yeah, it's a really cool
and we
concept.
really appreciate it. Yeah, no, it's it's an honor. Thank you for choosing us.
And along the lines of why no one's ever heard of us, this is actually the first interview we've done since the release of the album, like
That's true.
Oh yeah.
5 months ago.
Yeah, we're recluses. So yeah, you got us. You got us. Exclusive.
Thankfully, we're somewhat
Well-
sober. We had a rule for years: we would only do interviews if we were bombed.
Yeah.
So
That's a good
I feel
rule.
like we held it
I like
together
that
pretty
rule.
good. Yeah.
It's all right. It's all right, Roll. All right.
So
I remember that
first
one.
sober interview and the exclusive first interview with the new album. I am truly
You got it.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, thank you guys.
You heard it here first.
Well, what we're trying to do with this show is treat bands like yourselves, who at least in our opinion are freaking awesome, as the rock stars we think they should be, and they very well might be one day. I would not be at all be surprised to find a Banana Gun opening for the Foo Fighters, another band with a dumb name
Oh.
that they wish they could take back.
Bowling for Soup. I think Banana
What a-
Gun
what a
and Bowling for
doubleheader right
Soup
there.
would be a great double bill.
Banana Gun and Foo Fighters.
Yeah, come on. There's a
I
lot
would
of
pay-
bad names out
Yeah.
there.
I would pay
What's in a
money
name?
and travel a long ways to see a Banana Gun Foo Fighters double bill. Come on.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Appreciate
and so, we are not a huge podcast yet. So the fact that you are taking a chance on us, we are eternally grateful for that. And in return for us trying to talk you up to our audience, we would love it if you would tell your audience about this show, because they'll get to hear this interview with you, and get exposed to other bands that we have been interviewing on this show. We found some pretty great music out there. There's a ton of it that most people have not heard of, and that's
Yeah,
the aim of this
for
show,
sure.
is to get that out of there.
Yeah,
we
did
we
you
should
tell-
be able to
did
get you
tell them how-
dozens of new listeners.
Yeah. What's that?
Did you tell them how hard it was for you to find them? And that's one of the main reasons why they're a band that no one's ever heard of. It's the algorithms. I mean, it's the algorithms beat
Yeah.
everything
True.
down.
How
And,
how did
and
you come across us?
Okay, I know where Gary's going with this, and I'm going to circle back to you, Gary, but I'll answer that question real quick. I start by listening to other bands that have a decent amount of followers, millions of people listening, right? And then I go to find people also listen to, and then people also listen to, and you got to go many layers deep on Spotify to get to the ones that have the general rule of thumb on this show is fewer than 100,000 plays of any of their songs. And so
Oh, cool.
it takes a while to find bands that have that few, because Spotify does not promote them very well. And then find bands that are good and that have some personality, maybe some videos to support it, a fun bio, things like that. I'm looking for all of that stuff, and it's not easy. And your name caught my eye. I'm like, I'm definitely clicking on Banana Gun. And I mean, I couldn't have been happier with what I found.
That's
and
cool.
And for people who love vinyl, we did do a vinyl pressing of the recent album and a couple of the older albums. So you go to bananagunband.com and get some kick-ass vinyl.
Yeah.
Now, one thing that I do
I
have.
think you're right. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead. I was going to say,
One thing
people don't
I-
have the attention span really anymore.
No, they don't, especially on streaming. They just don't.
Yeah,
they don't, because
absolutely.
the commercial is going to be coming up real soon.
Yeah.
But one thing I would suggest is, and this is coming from the webmaster part of me. I love y'all's website, by the way. It actually, you're one of the few that we've done that have actually had a good website. But do that radio edit for the streamer and put the real song on the website and tell people, hey, if you want to hear the real song, come to our website. And then you can buy it, you can download it, you can just whatever you want to do with it at that point is up to you. You control that, you control those ears at that point. And use the streamers for what it is, which is what it should be, which is to promote what you actually can control.
Yeah.
Cool beans.
Solid idea. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you for not minding me up on my soapbox, which I get on.
No, man. We appreciate it.
I do have another podcast. It's called Gary Goes On and On and On.
He's not kidding.
And I'm not
The
kidding.
only feedback I have on your website.
Yeah, right. I have some notes. All right. I'm just gonna put it out there.
The only feedback I have on your website is faster shipping for the shirts, because I ordered a shirt and I was hoping to wear it for you guys tonight, but it hasn't gotten here
Oh
yet.
no.
Sorry, we
know.
so yeah.
Yeah.
We're slacking. We'll get on it.
And I just want to mention, we want to have you guys on the podcast we're starting called Podcasts You've Never Heard of.
There we go.
So
Hey, sign us up.
Yeah, it's gonna get smaller and smaller as
This
we go.
week on the podcast you've never heard of, bands you've never heard of, the podcast. I would totally do that show.
We would sign up in
Inception.
a second.
And I would listen and attentively to all of your feedback on why this show is not hitting all the algorithm points.
And then I would go to all the other episodes and listen to their podcast also. And that's
There you go.
Yeah. I can't wait to listen to your podcast.
We're gonna help you as much as we can.
Awesome. Well, there's been some great bands on it so far, and I've got more lined up. So I'm pretty excited to do this
Great.
and
Cool.
hopefully grow this and make it a way for people to find new music. You guys
I think it's a really cool concept.
Awesome. Thank you. I also do a accompanying playlist of all of the bands that we've featured on the show. It's the bands you've never heard of playlist on Spotify. So you will be there in the near future, along with every other band we've featured. So it's a great way to jam. And that's I listen to my own playlist a lot.
Yeah, and you'll also
Okay,
be
so
on
we'll share it around.
BindHopPod.com. You'll be on BindHopPod.com in the next couple of days, but probably before this is released. So
Awesome.
Way cool.
Well, Ian, Ross, Kevin, Nick, Travis, thank you guys so much for again setting up your studio to make this possible, and for giving us your time tonight.
Absolutely.
And for making awesome
We were
music.
shooting a porn anyway, so this worked out.
sweet.
Exactly. So we'll just leave the cameras on then while you guys do that. Then that'd be great. Thanks. No, seriously, thank you guys so much. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much. Take care.
Rock on, guys. Thanks.
Band You've Never Heard Of is a production of Ranch Hand Records, recorded live here in Virginia at my house, at Gary's house, and we even had Banana Gun live from Phoenix, Arizona. Big thanks to the band for joining the show today. You can check out more about Banana Gun at bananagunband.com. You can hear all of their music along with all of the other bands featured on Bands You've Never Heard Of on the official Bands You've Never Heard Of playlist on Spotify. There will be a link in the episode description. If you have questions or if you're a band that wants to be featured on this show, please send us an email, bynhopod, BYNHOPOD, @gmail.com. Also, go to the website, bynhopod.com, for exclusive pages for each episode, the music from these bands, as well as links to a bunch of cool things. So bynhopod.com is your home for all things bands you've never heard of. For Gary, I'm JR saying see you next week.
You've